Hey, what's happening, folks? How y'all feeling out there? It's Boots dropping another MrSalt review. The last time I came with what I consider to be a pretty heavy hitter for MrSalt-E. Rather than going to the opposite end of the spectrum and doing something like lower rung, I feel like I should kind of go to the middle echelon of things. And one of the things I consider to be middle echelon is Blackberry. And like most of the juices I'm going to review, it's 45 milligrams. I don't know about you, but like when I think of Blackberry, there's not a whole lot that springs to the mind as far as like scent goes. And right out the muscle, as soon as you open this vial, I mean, it's kind of the same way. There's not a whole lot of aroma profile going on with it. I hate to say it, but if I had to describe what it does smell like, it kind of smells like fucking cough syrup mixed with like that universal fake artificial grape smell. So that's kind of what I get out of it, like cough syrup mixed with the artificial grape aroma. And when you dry hit it, I mean, there's literally like no flavor to it at all. Initially, it's like a subtle sweet kind of flavor, kind of like the sweetness of the mixed berry. Or like the strawberry custard, just like a really mildly sweet flavor with like a I mean that's pretty much all you really get out of it, just like a mildly sweet flavor. So I'm so sorry, excuse me. Nothing really lingering on the palate. There's not really much in the way of a finish. Just pretty much like a very mildly sweet flavor. That's honestly like the nicotine flavor almost overrides it. Um, so initially, it's pretty much like a sweet nicotine flavor, pretty much. Um, the performance of it, though, like the intensity on the throat and in the lungs, uh, pretty much more than makes up for the flavor. It's a very satisfying throat hit. It's very gratifying in the lungs. It's one of the more penetrating flavors. It goes like to the bottom of my fucking lungs, almost like a good gratifying stinging sensation to the lungs. To me, it's a good way, because that's something I really look for when I'm vaping MrSalts is that gratifying fucking lung hit and that nice throat hit. Um, so the smoke production, the vape quality, the performance, the airiness. It's a it's a very it's a very dense vape. Um, so everything I just mentioned is like 5 star. Where Blackberry seems to be lacking in much flavor, it's one of my top favorites as far as vape production and gratification and satisfaction as far as like throat hit and that nice lung full. You know, every pull I get out of Blackberry, it's a very satisfying vape. So it's it's a very good, very well performing vape. The nicotine strength, the way that it blends with the flavor. Um, I can't really compare it to many because the flavor's not there, and it's almost like the nicotine. Like I said earlier, it almost overrides the flavor. Um, I wouldn't say that this. I can't even think of something you could mix this with to increase the flavor. Maybe I haven't had the. Maybe I haven't had it long enough. I can't really imagine adding menthol to it, but that might improve some of the flavor. Like maybe the fruit menthol. Maybe add it to Oops. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. But the nicotine, what the flavor that is there, like a light berry flavor, mixed with like a sweet flavor. It's a decent pairing. Um, Basically, I vape this when I don't want a lot of flavor, but I want a lot of satisfaction. Like I don't like um, like when I don't have anything that I want to pair it with, kind of like how grams pairs with coffee or cannoli pairs with coffee, or something that you can pair your vape with. I usually go for my Blackberry when I just want like all gratification and not much flavor, because that's basically what you're gonna get out of Blackberry. A very good vape with not much flavor going on at all. Just very satisfying every hit. Just kind of like a mild sweet flavor. Not much berry, not much in the way of berry. If you want like a berry flavor, I would recommend getting the 25 milligram mixed berry. Um, if you want like a strong, I would obviously recommend like 45 milligram mixed berry. Maybe like the strawberry custard or just the regular strawberry. Uh, Actually, if you want like a really baller ass berry, get the grapple berry, 25 milligram. If you're wanting like a whole lot of intense, great berry flavor, 45. If you're wanting like a really well performing berry flavor. But if you're wanting like a berry flavor and you don't have one, I wouldn't really recommend going for the Blackberry by MrSalt-E right off the bat. Um, just really nice hits every time. It's very consistent in that way. Um, if I had to pair it with something, I would get it like a one of those grapefruit sodas, something like some kind of citrusy soda. Um, but the overall experience is basically just a really well performing juice with not a whole lot of flavor. So, is it worth it? Um, kind of. If this was the first juice that you were to buy, you probably wouldn't be very impressed. Um, from me, I have like fucking 16 of these things, so I mean, it's good to have as an option when I'm just not in the mood for like overwhelming flavor. Like if I'm wanting a whole lot of flavor, I would hit like Munchies or or blue raz lemonade or something. You know what I'm saying? Orange mango guava, something like that. I definitely wouldn't be reaching for the blackberry when I'm wanting flavor, but if I'm needing like really gratifying, stinging fucking throat hit, then I always reach for the Blackberry. It's the first thing I reach for. So it's kind of weird to review this, like as far as the is it worth it section goes. I'm glad I have it, but like I said, like if it was one of the first couple that I bought, I would be let down. But I'm not really let down because I've got a lot of options to choose from, and it does have its place in my collection as far as that goes. So, Blackberry by MrSalt-E, 45 milligrams. Cheers, y'all.